I'm with sci-fi4me.com.
I love it. That's
we love
awesome.
horror and all of this gooey, gross shit. So
turns out I do. Turns out I do and you do. Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of like the Atlanta shooting, how did you work that out with FX? With You're the Worst?
Yeah. Well, you know what? There was an overlap, and there were some things that I had to miss. And if it weren't for the other best show in the world, it would be heartbreaking to miss You're the Worst. But they totally understood, and
that's great.
You know, I think people that are on that show love Dana, and so they were like, okay, we got to see you in those polyester pants, Janet. Let's make this happen. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to make it work. Hopefully we'll do a season 2, and we got a season 4 for You're the Worst. So let's get it all figured out.
Okay, thanks. And also, how was it working with Dana? Have you known him a long time?
Yeah, I've known him for years, and I will say, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Sometimes you work with friends, and because it's a stressful situation, or because they have this sort of different persona, or you have a different persona when you go to work, you don't always know if that chemistry is going to be the same. And he is just a pleasure and a joy to work with. He's such a collaborator. He's very self-effacing, but he knows, you know, his comedy, and he's just right on the mark. But with the rest of this, with the crew and the cast, he wants that feedback, and so it creates this really great working environment where you feel like everybody's part of a team, and it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and so tell me a little bit about your character Evie, and what's that like working on such an interesting kind of show?
Sure.
With that genre.
Yeah. My character's name is Evie Barret. She ostensibly has moved from Boston to this kind of small town. I'm sure she thought she was going to be getting a break and a little more free time to hang out with her daughter. She's recently divorced, and she gets a lot more than she bargained for. Basically, on day 1, she finds out that the entire community has a curse on it, basically, and so
that whole
crazy.
story.
That whole story. We've all been there.
Yeah.
And
I'm from Atlanta, so I totally get it.
You get it. You know all those haunted places. So she has to, you know, team up with Johnny C's character, John C. McGinley, who's phenomenal. And even though they absolutely butt heads to begin with, they really have to rely on each other to stay alive. So you see that kind of, you know, relationship start to burgeon a little bit. But at the same time, he is who he is. So it's not like, you know, they're bosom buddies by being episode 8, you know.
And quick, because it's Halloween and everything almost, what's your favorite scary movie to watch during that holiday?
Let's see. You know, I haven't brought this one up before, but I love like classy, spooky, and so I do have a real soft spot for the others.
Yes.
I like this sort of, and there's an interesting parallel between one of the scenes in our pilot and this sort of like little kid rocking in a chair, like spooky music sort of stuff. In ours, it turns out to be funny, and that one it turns out to be very eerie indeed. But I love that one. I love the sort of classic. It's not so much the like slasher, but that kind of spooky. I also love the slasher stuff, but that's what pops in my head. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I really appreciate that. How are you today?
I'm lovely. Thank you very much.
Let me get that shot. I know you from way back. I'm just gonna go ahead and geek out.
First to apologize.
Working. Does anyone ever mention that?
Yes, and well, Art and Maureen also of Working.
Yeah, I met her.
We have a weekly show, a monthly show here in LA at the Nerd Melt showroom.
Cool.
So we became and stayed lovely friends. I was a maid of honor at her wedding.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're very close.
I really did love that show. When it got canceled, I was really pissed off.
Yeah, it was
one of my first cancellations that was like, you know.
It was the only time in my life I've been replaced by Debbie Mazar.
I mean,
so I'll take it for what it is.
That's something.
We let her met at a Bed Bath & Beyond, and she was lovely.
Well, that's great. So in terms of the show, I know it's been in gestation for a long time. Could you talk about that process? I know you probably have, but
no, that's great. I'm happy to. I'm known as a comedian and a comedy writer, but I love horror movies. I grew up watching. Should I talk to you or talk to your lens?
Talk to the lens.
Talk to
the lens.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I grew up loving horror movies. That was, as I said, like they were my football. And I was working on some other projects and going on the road and doing stand-up, but I was looking for something to do. And I thought it would be really fun to do something like a horror movie, just as a fun, as a hobby. Maybe I'll put it up on a digital platform, maybe like 5 to 7 minute little shorts. And I just had this idea, why don't I write a traditional horror movie and then put a character right in the middle of it that did not belong there.
Yeah.
It basically boiled down to, what if my dad was Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Yeah.
And in the sense that my dad does not care about the monsters, believes that they're there, couldn't care less, wants to watch the game, doesn't care about it.
Yeah.
But because he has a curse, he has to fight it. And that was the origin of the show. And that was just a digital 5-minute show that I was thinking of doing.
Cool.
I was quite literally having lunch with Pete Aronson from IFC, who's just an old friend of mine.
Huh.
It was just a social lunch.
So you know.
Up.
Yeah.
And he just said, like, casually, you should write a funny X-Files. I said, I just did. And that was basically how the show came out. I'm not lying. It's one of those weird things. Everything lines up. If you stay in the business long enough and you keep doing stuff, eventually something like that, if you're lucky, happens. I couldn't be happier with how the show came out.
That's great. Weird question, but which witch movie is your favorite out of all the witch movies that there are?
Which witch movie?
Yes.
That is easy. Vincent Price and Witchfinder General.
Wow. Old school. I like
Very
it.
old school. I'm very old school. My favorite horror movie would probably be An American Werewolf in London.
Oh yeah. I love that one. And the music. I mean,
gorgeous. There's a lot
and
of,
it's funny. It's really funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of American Werewolf in Stand Against Evil.
Exactly.
And I'm going to see it at the ArcLight on the 28th.
Oh, that's really great.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much. You have a great night.
Really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nate, this is Elle Latham from sci-fi4me.com. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. Tell me a little bit about your character.
I play Deputy Leon Drinkwater. I am the deputy of Willard's Mill.
Are you Native American?
No, I'm not. Not well, I don't want to tease out all of the family tree. My family does own the PlayStation, so I kind of lucked into the job. But I am really the only surviving member of Willard's Mill's police force. Moment to moment, because the sheriff is a cursed job position.
That's
a lot of sheriffs have come and gone.
Sweetening it with music, making the effects right.
And what's it like working in Georgia? I'm from there, so I know a little bit about it. But in terms of the...
So there's a wall of humidity.
I know.
You walk
oh, the humidity.
But yeah, no, it was... I've spent a little time in Georgia throughout my life, so it's nice to be back. And
where are you from?
I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Milwaukee.
Oh, cool. Not too far.
But yeah, it's incredibly flexible, like environment. You know, we're into the tease of this. New England.
Yeah, sure.
So New Hampshire, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, New Hampshire. It's yeah, I'm really excited to see that. There's a lot of for good reason.
That's my entertainment.
Is there any kind of activity that's happened on set that you would like to discuss? Maybe something that took you by surprise, and then it turned out it was something else entirely.
No, I'm still like whenever I think I'm just happy to treat the cast and crew to some of those incredible pop stars.
Are you big Tim?
King of Pops in Atlanta mix. And,
I lived there last year.
I'll never get over it, like a cucumber popsicle.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, they were pretty exotic, so that was still. I mean, that's a pretty big treat for all of us.
Yeah. What's it like? I know that you've been in the industry quite a while. In terms of like working with Dana Gould, what's that like? In terms of his executive producing and writing.
Big fan of Dana's.
Yeah.
So quick, witty, and it's fun to be trying to bring his towards to life, and having him there, he was obviously a fixture on set, and so I was lucky enough to have his ear. We could play with lines, and you know, it's there's a very high joke density in the show, so it's a thrill for comic actor.
That's cool, and then you get to like straddle two genres, which is
you
really
get to
cool.
be scared, you get to have the fears and frights, and the suspense, but then you get to have some chuckles and bring.
We all need some chuckles.
Yeah, release the moment, release that tension.
Yeah, for sure.
Build it, and then you got to release it.
Indeed. If you build it, you will release it.
Yes, it's inevitable.
Yes.
All right. Got to give.
Thank you so much. You have a great evening.
You too.
Hi,
Hello,
John. This is Elle Latham from sci-fi4me.com.
Oh,
how are you doing tonight?
Never better.
Great. Just wanted to say real quick that I was in the premiere episode of season 9 of Scrubs as an extra, so this is kind of amazing to me.
Comes around.
I was an intern, so that was really cool. Got a cadaver, it was awesome. So it's really great to see you in something so sci-fi oriented, and seems like there's some pathos in your character. I'd love to hear a little about that.
Well, when we meet Stan, in the first 2 minutes of the pilot, we find out that his wife of 30 years is dead, and he subsequently gets fired from his job. So his two moorings, things that he relied on, are gone.
Yeah.
And most of us would go see a priest or a rabbi or our shrink, and we would do something called loss processing to try to reconcile our loss. Stan can't do that. He doesn't know how to do it, and he doesn't have any tools independent of those resources to reconcile loss. And so I wanted to, underneath all the comedy and the horror, I wanted to explore that stuff. So I wanted to find out what the ballast was, and that's where I could come from.
That's beautiful. And so tell me a little bit about how the project came to be. I know it was in gestation for a very long time.
Dana Gould sent it to me, very traditional, sent it to the agents. They offered me the piece, and I had a dates conflict because it was right when I was going to Dublin with my brothers.
Oh.
And so I said, I'll do the piece. I'm not playing poker. I don't want a bigger trailer or more money, but I'm going to be in Dublin the last week of May.
Yeah.
And this is completely preposterous to say, but I said, if you can move it a couple weeks, I'll do it. And goddamn if they didn't move it. And the way that impacted me is that if you're willing to accommodate me and my brothers going to Dublin together, I'll eat nails for you.
Yeah.
And so I showed up in Atlanta loaded from there.
What's your favorite part of working on the show in terms of what you do?
My favorite part as one of the producers was us successfully straddling the tone of scary as hell and funny as shit, which is impossible to do, and we nailed it.